Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to the Moving Toward Better podcast. I'm your host, Karen Bemis from movingtowardbetter.com and KE Bemis Consulting, and I'm here to help you live your best life, powered by your unique and amazing personality. Hello, my lovelies. Today, we're talking about the best life-changing books for you based on your personality. I realize this is not the most comprehensive list that exists, but it is designed to help you based on your personality. If a book is listed with one personality type, though, don't think it won't work for you if your personality is different. In my experience, it sometimes helps to read things that are outside of our normal range because it stretches us to think differently. And be sure to stick around to the end of the podcast to find out how to get some fun extras. I also want to share a small disclaimer at the beginning. I have not read every book in this list, but I have read most of them. Some I started and didn't finish because they really didn't speak to me. But every book in this list was recommended by someone with the personality type that the book is listed under. For those who are new to the podcast, we use the DISC personality system to talk about personalities, which include the driven, inspired, supportive, and cautious personalities, also known as D, I, S, and C. It's fine if you don't know your personality type yet. I'll let you know how to get more information later in the podcast to build your best business and your best life based on your amazing personality. But these books will help you take your strengths and take them to a new level, and they may even help you deal with areas that you find challenging. As always, we start with the D personality. So, if you're a D personality, you know you're bold and you're daring. You love a challenge and you take chances that others will hesitate about or run from entirely. That is part of your superpower. Details, though, often escape you and you have to go back and fix things. For some of you, that's not a problem. For others, it's a giant frustration. So here are some books that other people like you have suggested. Number 1, The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. Now, this book is a classic. It's about mindset and success, and it's a great place to start if you're new to the idea of improving your mindset. While most D women have no problem thinking big, this book helps you take those big thoughts and put them into action in intelligent and thoughtful ways. Number 2, Start with Why by Simon Sinek. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. And I apologize if any of the authors ever hear this and I mispronounce your last names. So, taking inspiration from MLK, Steve Jobs, and the Wright brothers, Simon Sinek writes about being more inspired and successful. He is known to be direct and straightforward, and those are traits that most D personalities appreciate. Number 3, Good to Great by Jim Collins. This is the book that started the personal growth journey for one of my mentors who happens to be a D personality. Based on the universal characteristics that cause a company to go from good to great, this book teaches you to do the same in your own life. Number 4, Put Your Dreams to the Test. Put Your Dream to the Test by John Maxwell. 10 questions to help you define and analyze your dream based on years of Dr. Maxwell's mentoring. If you're unfamiliar with John Maxwell, he's an American author, speaker, and pastor who has mentored people in the leadership field for decades. Number 5, The Go-Giver by Bob Burg. This was, again, recommended by one of my mentors, and he said he feels like every high school student should have to read this because it's a story about the secret to success based on the proverb, "Give and you shall receive." Whether you're religious or not, this book can give you direction and inspiration to move the ball forward in your life. Number 6, The Road Back to You by Ian Morgan Crone and Suzanne, I would guess, Stabile. Although I prefer DISC, other personality models can be helpful too. This one is based on the Enneagram, so if you're into that, this book might be helpful for you. Number 7, The Coffee Bean by John Gordon and Damon West. Based on the carrot, the egg, and the coffee bean in Boiling Water parable, if you've heard that one, this story follows a young man named Abe and how this parable guides him through his life. Number 8, Tribes by Seth Godin. So using the 3 steps to building a tribe, the desire to change things, the ability to connect a tribe, and the willingness to lead, Seth Godin teaches those of us who may not feel like influencers how to rally people around a shared idea and create a tribe of our very own. Number 9, Profit First by Michael, I'm assuming it's Michalowicz. Unconventional, with plenty of case studies and step-by-step advice, which the deep personality needs. This book helps business owners create the cash flow they dream of by, of course, focusing on profit first. So there you go. All right, moving on to the I personality. You are fun-loving and you enjoy working with people. You're often the personality that is open to things other personalities would consider out there. So this list looks a little bit different than the others because we are bringing the woo factor. But sometimes the woo gets the message across better than any other method, especially with the I personality. Number 1, Thanks for the Feedback by Stone and Heen. Using insights from neuroscience and psychology and humor to deliver big truths, this book helps you learn to accept feedback with grace, something that the I personality needs. You really need all the grace possible with feedback so you don't take things personally. Number 2, Wealthy Speaker 2.0 by Jane Atkinson. For those who want a speaking career, and let's be honest, if you have an I personality, you've thought about it because you love to talk and you would love to do speaking work to help others. This is a formula for creating your successful speaking business and add speaking to your growing business. Number 3, The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. This book is a personal favorite, and it may be my favorite book ever. That's a big statement, truthfully. It's so simple to read, but not easy to implement. The 4 Agreements have been a yearly read for me since 2002. And it's become an old friend. If you master these 4 agreements, you will have found peace and joy beyond measure. By the way, 19 years later now? Yes, 19 years later, I'm still working on these 4 agreements with no apologies. So, number 4, It's Not Your Money by Tosha Silver. Friends, I will not lie, this one is full of woo. But if you can look past it, or if you're someone who embraces the woo, you are going to love this book. It helps you break through money and abundance limitations like no other book I've ever read. It's another one that you can read every year and learn something new each time. Plus, it has an amazing workbook that you can get as well as a companion, and it's fantastic. Number 5, 6 Figure Women by Barbara Stanny. This was a refreshing surprise because it wasn't filled with stories of women who were killing it. I tell you that because at the beginning, I almost put it down. Instead, I kept reading and found out it's filled with stories of real women, some who love their six-figure incomes, some who don't, and why they feel that way. And I appreciated the truth and honesty of this book, and it helped me to see my own financial journey in a brand new way. Number 6, F*** yourself by Gary John Bishop. Honestly, this could have been with the D books, but some of these books aren't so much about how much you might enjoy them. Some of them are about what you need to hear. And the truths that Gary John Bishop deals out are ones that the I personality often needs to hear. As long as you can deal with swearing, because it is prolific in this book, you'll find some great inspiration. And you will laugh a lot. It doesn't hurt that Gary John Bishop has a lovely Scottish accent either. Number 7, Atomic Habits by James Clear. This is another book that could have gone in multiple sections. The C personality will appreciate the details and depth of this book. And while that may scare the I and S personalities, understand that you need those details and that depth to truly understand the process and how this can make you a better businesswoman and improve your life. You can also purchase workbooks to help you wade through the detailed parts. And I would suggest that for the I personality. And also that the audiobook version might be the way to go for the I and S people, because I would say especially if they have the workbook to help them. Number 8, The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. If you struggle with your failed ambitions and creative discipline, this book is a no-nonsense approach to reach your potential. I've never read a book like this, and it changed how I look at my creativity forever. I honestly can't say more than that without spoiling some of the best lessons of the book. So there you go. Just read it. Number 9, 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. Could you really be 5 seconds from a new and better life? Mel Robbins seems to think so, and she's prepared to show you how. As an I personality, could there be anything better than a 5-second rule for you? Mel's got you, girl. So, moving on to the S personality. You are sweet, supportive, and often struggle to balance your family responsibilities with your business obligations. Sometimes you need a kind nudge. Sometimes you need a compassionate kick in the pants. This list does both, so let's check it out. Number 1, Intentional Living by John Maxwell. Sometimes taking the first step is the hardest. And this book helps you get intentional and take the necessary steps toward the life you want. Number 2, Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins or Anthony Robbins. Tony Robbins is an expert on self-mastery and provides a step-by-step program to help you take control and improve your life. Number 3, You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. Not gonna lie, this one is filled with swear words as well. But when you look beyond that, which can be difficult for some S personality women, this book is filled with wisdom. Jen Sincero takes you from zero to hero in her humorous and very direct way. Number 4, You Are a Badass About Money, also by Jen Sincero. In this book, she takes you to the next level with her no-nonsense approach to opening yourself to more income and abundance of every kind. While some people might question the You Are a Badass book series for the S personality, these books are the compassionate kick in the pants books that I talked about. This is also a set of books I suggest listening to as audiobooks because it lands differently when you hear the books in Jen's own words. Number 5, The 12-Week Year by Brian P. Moran and Michael Lennington. This book is a game changer for businesswomen, especially those who regularly fall short of their goals, which the S woman typically struggles with because of her split commitment to family and business. It shifts your focus from how often you fail to reach your yearly goals to setting goals in a shorter period of time that you can actually achieve. You'll find yourself getting more confident and achieving more by focusing on less and for a shorter period of time. It sounds counterintuitive, but it works. And this is definitely one of the books to read yearly until you've mastered what they teach. I've read it at least 3 times, and I learn or reinforce helpful information every time I do read it. Number 6, Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. This book is a life changer if you struggle with debt and money issues. Personal note, this book started our family on a journey that took us from barely making it from paycheck to paycheck with $36,000 of credit card debt to helping 2 of our children graduate from college debt-free and being well on our way to doing the same with the third. We also went from no personal savings to having a year's worth of expenses saved. So to say I'm a fan would be an understatement. And while I don't always follow everything to the letter, we followed it enough to make a huge difference in our financial life and our financial future. And I have a cousin and her husband who are both able to retire in their 40s and move to their dream house after they retired. How cool is that? Number 7, Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. If you need creative inspiration, Elizabeth Gilbert delivers big in Big Magic. She teaches you how to design a creative life and live with more passion and joy. When you finish this book, you will feel like you can conquer the world, and maybe you will. Number 8, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I hope I got that right. This book shares simple life lessons that I don't want to spoil, so I will keep this short and sweet. Sometimes the best life lessons come from fiction. This book is about following your dreams and what the real riches in life are. It's also a great book to listen to on audiobook. Number 9, Daring Greatly by Brené Brown. For the S personality, jumping out of your comfort zone and taking a leap of faith is especially difficult, which is why this is a great book to read or listen to. This book isn't just about getting smarter or more courageous. It also gives you a new perspective on those who might look down on or criticize your dreams and efforts. Do yourself the favor of reading or listening to it. Actually, I would suggest listening to it because hearing it in Brené Brown's voice, again, just seems to make a difference when you're listening to it. Finally, we have the C personality. The C personality needs no encouragement to do excellent work. What you do need is permission and encouragement to put that excellent work out into the world. The books in this list are designed to inspire you to get your ducks in a row and then let them swim. I know that isn't easy for you, but these books can make it easier. Number 1, Move the Needle by Shelley Brandner. If you're a maker of any kind, this book shows you how to take that passion and turn it into a business, even in the face of daunting odds. You'll learn how to pursue your goals and your dreams with purpose by surrounding yourself with people that support you and letting go of those who don't. Number 2, What Do You Do with an Idea by Kobe Yamada. The 2 things I love most about this recommendation are that it was recommended by a teacher and that it's told through the experience of a child. For the C personality, you know you want the recommendations to be quality. And I guarantee you this is a quality recommendation from someone who is doing something with her idea. It's one that I added to my list when I read about it, and I hope you do the same. Number 3, The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. In each of the categories are books that can help every personality type, and this book is one of those. Although writer and producer Shonda Rhimes was incredibly successful by all financial markers, and she did high enough quality work to own Thursday night television, she was afraid to be seen until she challenged herself to a year of saying yes to the things that scared her. She is candid, funny, and inspiring as she takes you on this journey with her. And this is another one I listened to, and I highly recommend that you do the same, because I thoroughly enjoyed hearing the stories in the author's voice with the right inflection and tone. It is an awesome ride. Number 4, 15 Laws of Growth by John Maxwell. This is part of the John Maxwell Laws series, and these principles are designed to help you grow personally for the rest of your life. It accompanies the 2 million seller, the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, and the 17 Indisputable Laws of Teamwork. So this book is designed to help you become a lifelong learner with unlimited potential. Number 5, Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. Marketing your business is sometimes like trying to stand out as a grain of sand on a beach. And there are a lot of entrepreneurs who would rather skip marketing altogether. Donald Miller helps you navigate the world of marketing so you can grow your business and become the go-to brand in your industry without getting a marketing degree. Whether you're starting from scratch or looking for a boost for a current business, StoryBrand can help you make your business better. Number 6, The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown. In case you haven't noticed, there are several books in all of these lists that encourage you to be who you authentically are rather than the person you think you should be. Because that's what people are sharing as some of their most powerful and transforming books. This book promotes wholehearted, authentic living as one of the boldest things you can do. It offers 10 daily practices as guideposts to live the life you desire. And you know, those of you with a C personality love a good list, so check it out. Number 7, We Should All Be Millionaires by Rachel Rogers. I was surprised when a C woman recommended this book. I would have thought that a D woman would have recommended it because even without an assessment, I can tell you that Rachel Rogers has a fair amount of D in her personality mix. As a self-made millionaire, woman of color, Rachel Rogers is reaching back to help other women, especially women of color, join her on the financial power road. This is another audiobook in my queue, and I am so excited to read and review this one soon. Number 8, Positive Personality Profiles by Dr. Robert Rome. This book started my journey to understanding my people better and has become the focus of my entrepreneurial journey. I truly believe that every couple, family, and business needs this information to be successful and cut down on conflict and be able to understand what people need to be happy. That's what the whole K.E. Bemis email community is about. And that's where I offer my best discount on an assessment for you when you sign up. Number 9, The 5 Love Languages. This is another book that should be required reading of every significant other and parent. When you know how to fill your own love tank and those of your loved ones, everything in life is easier. It's how you can make sure you stop bringing flowers to someone who just wants you to do the dishes, and how you can learn to build your children up in healthy and appropriate ways for them. Along with personality profiles, you can improve a great relationship or save a struggling one. And for a C personality who wants to do everything perfectly, this can help you be a better partner, better parent, and better businesswoman. What could be better than that? So there you have it, my lovelies. It's quite a list. And I know it's hard to keep track of all the books, but I've got you covered. In the show notes, there's a link to my Amazon storefront where you can see all the books in one place so you can peruse them further. If you see several you're interested in but aren't sure which ones to purchase, you can reserve one from the public library. If you like it and want to refer to it or read it more than once, buy it or download it. It's that simple. If you're new to audiobooks, got you covered there too. I've added several links in the show notes where you can get a free trial of Audible to listen to audiobooks. You can join the email community and get your deep discount on an assessment. And you can get a checklist of all of the books along with the link to the storefront where you can explore the books even more. Finally, keep an eye out for the one-on-one and group coaching packages coming soon. And until next time, keep living your best life, powered by your amazing personality. Love you all. At Moving Toward Better and K.E. Bemis Consulting, it's our mission to help you live your best life, powered by your unique and amazing personality. If you want to make sure you never miss an episode, subscribe to the podcast today and head over to kebemis.com to learn more about how amazing your personality is. That's KEBEMMES.com. And if you missed that, check the show notes for the web address. As always, thanks for listening, thanks for being you, and have a great day. Love you all.